Hello everyone and welcome to example number 5. We are solving sums on the chapter Laws of Motion. Let's take a look at the fifth sum. The fifth sum says that an inclined plane of length 5.60 meter making an angle of 45 degrees with the horizontal is placed in a uniform electric field where the strength E is given as 100 volt per meter and this particle has a mass 1 kg and a charge of 10 raised to minus 2 coulomb, and this particle is allowed to slide down from rest position from maximum height of slope. Now, if the coefficient of friction is given to us as 0.1, we have to find the time taken by the particle to reach the bottom. The options given to us are 1 second, 1.41 second, 2 second and none of these. And the answer is 1.41 second. Now, the goal is to find out how to solve the sum and how to arrive at the correct answer. But the reason I have chosen this sum as the fifth and the last example of this chapter is to show you that sometimes we have multiple concepts involved in the same sum. For example, up until now, you knew how to solve sums which were purely based on motion or mechanical situations, where we would draw a free body diagram and apply Newton's laws. But here I have a sum which involves something of volume 2 of physics. That is, we are now talking about electric field and charges. So usually students hear this word along with mechanics and they get scared, but actually it's a really simple sum. So let's take a look at how to solve this sum. Now first let's write down the given data. We know that there is this particle and this particle has a mass of 1 kg. We've also been told that the angle that the inclined plane has is 45 degrees. The length of the inclined plane is 5.60 meter. The electric field strength is 100 volt per meter. And finally, we also know that the charge on the particle is Q, that is 10 raised to minus 2 coulomb. And this particle is made to go down from rest, that is made to slide down, and they've also given us the coefficient of friction, that is mu is equal to 0.1. Now, of course, we have drawn this particle like a box, but remember it's only for representational purposes. Don't take us too literally. We don't know what this particle is, but we know it's a 1 kg particle of charge 10 raised to minus 2 coulomb. So this is all the given data. Now, how do I solve this sum? Now, of course, we get really tensed as to understand how to add an electric field situation to a mechanical situation. I know how to solve particles sliding down from the inclined plane and I know the free body diagram, but where does this electric field fit in? So now I'm going to tell you how you're going to add this electric field positioning into your sum. So let's start with the free body diagram, which we already know. The first thing we know is that the weight of the particle will act in the downward direction, that is mg. And we also know that because the particle is trying to fall downwards, that is along the inclined plane downwards, there will be friction acting on the particle in the upward direction. So I write mu n. Remember, mu n is the formula you use for maximum friction, and since the body is moving, therefore you will use the formula mu n. Now, we also know that there is a normal reaction because of the plane on the particle, and therefore we have normal reaction which is perpendicular to the surface. Now, finally, I also have to somehow add to this situation that there is an electric field in which this particle is placed. So, you have to go back to first principles. What force does an electric field exert on a particle? A particle placed in an electric field experiences a force equal to QE. And now you can see that they have given you Q and they have given you E, which means you can very simply find out the force exerted by the electric field on this particle and just add it to your free body diagram. And you add it in the correct direction, the same direction of the electric field. And that's it. You have now added that extra element to your free body diagram, and now you no longer have to worry or think about the electric field, so I'm going to let it disappear. That's it. Now I have a very normal sum, just like any other mechanical sum that I was solving. Now what do? It's very straightforward. We have to resolve vectors by choosing any two directions that we are comfortable with. Obviously, in this sum, you should choose the two directions, one perpendicular to the plane and one along the plane. So now for doing this, we'll have to resolve which vectors? We'll have to resolve the vector mg because it's not perpendicular nor is it along the length of the plane. So we have to resolve the vector mg and we will have to resolve the vector qe. So let's start by resolving mg. If you want to resolve mg, we'll see that the angle that mg makes with its component which is perpendicular to the inclined plane is 45 degrees. Remember, I told you about this little tidbit where if the angle between two lines is some theta, then the angle between two other lines which are perpendicular to these two lines will also be theta, and that's the logic we have applied here. So here now again this angle is also 45 degrees, and therefore this component is mg cos 45, and we have the component along the length of the inclined plane, that is mg sin 45. And once you resolve the vector mg into two components, you should no longer keep mg in your free body diagram, but only keep these two. So I'm going to remove mg and only keep these two in my free body diagram. I'm going to do the same thing with QE. The angle that QE makes with its component along the plane will again be 45 degrees, and therefore this will be QE cos 45, and this angle is also 45, and this will be QE sin 45. Now what will happen is again the same thing. You will again keep these two components and remove the original vector QE, and these will get added to your free body diagram. So I no longer have QE, but I have added these components to my original diagram. And now it's very simple. All you have to do is apply Newton's laws in each direction. So I say now that look at the direction of perpendicular to the plane. So I say that for motion perpendicular to the plane, I will write down Newton's law as n plus QE sin 45 minus mg cos 45 is equal to 0. Why 0? Because there is no motion along this direction. The particle is not moving along that direction, and therefore it's equal to 0. Obviously, this means that n plus QE sin 45 is equal to mg cos 45. Sin 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So here I'm going to write n is equal to mg by root 2 minus QE by root 2. I'm going to need this value of n, so I'm going to save it. Now I apply Newton's laws to the other direction that I have chosen. So I say that for motion along the length of the plane, what will I write? Along the plane I will write mg sin 45 plus QE cos 45 minus mu n is equal to ma. Now first of all, why did I write this minus that and not that minus this? Because ultimately the particle is going downwards. So this is the winner. So this minus that, and I have equaled it to ma because there is motion along this direction. It will not be 0. Now I'll start putting the values. Mg sin 45 plus QE cos 45 minus mu n is equal to ma. We know sin 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So I get mg upon root 2 plus QE by root 2 minus mu. Now n we are going to substitute from here. So I'm going to take the value of n from here and place it here, and this will be equal to ma. Now it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to put all the values. I know m is 1 kg, so I bring it down. Bring 1 kg down. G is nothing but 9.8 meter per second. Divide by root 2. Plus Q is given to me as 10 raised to minus 2 coulomb. So I bring that down from here. And E is given to me as 100. So I bring that down from here. Divide by root 2. Mu is given to me as 0.1. I bring that down from here. Into the bracket, M is again 1 kg. G is 9.8, divide by root 2, minus Q again is 10 raised to minus 2, E is 100, divide that by root 2 is equal to MA, M is 1, and A we have to find. Now I'm going to solve this equation. So I have 9.8 by root 2, and this will be 1, 10 raised to minus 2 into 100 is 1. So that's 1 by root 2. So here I get 9.8 plus 1, the whole by root 2. Their denominators were the same. I just clubbed them together. Minus 0.1, and we will solve the bracket. This is 9.8 into 1, which is 9.8. 10 raised to minus 2 into 100 is again 1. So I get 9.8 minus 1, the whole by root 2. And this will be equal to MA. But from this, I can write A is equal to 10.8 divided by root 2 minus 0.1, and this is 8.8 divided by root 2. This gives me the value of A, which is 7.02 meter per second square. Now we did all this calculation, but the question is, why did I find acceleration? The question did not ask me to find any acceleration. The question is asking how much time will the particle take to go from the topmost position to the ground. And the answer to that is that if I want to find that, I need to find acceleration. And why is that? Because now that I have acceleration, I can apply S is equal to ut plus half at square. I know that the particle started from rest, so u is equal to 0. And once I put that, I will see that t is nothing but root of 2s by a. Now s is given to me, which is nothing but the length of the inclined plane. So I bring that down from here, 5.6, and a I have already found. So that comes from here, 7.02, and this reaches me to my answer that time is equal to 1.26 seconds. And the time taken by the particle to reach The bottom is 1.26 seconds. The closest option in our options is 1.41 seconds, and that's why that is taken as the answer. I hope you have understood that sometimes even if complicated concepts get added to your mechanical situation, it does not necessarily mean that the concept will become very difficult, that the sum will be difficult to solve. It's almost like any other sum, you just have to add an additional step. For example, here we removed the entire element of electric field by just adding an extra force, that was QE. So I hope you understood this sum. Thank you for watching. So thank you for watching this video. If you like our channel, please subscribe by clicking on the link given below. You can also buy your very own target book by clicking on this link. Please keep watching our channel. Stay tuned for more updates.